is there any part of you that is thinking further down the track? Because a lot of talk about Keith Thurman, more stories in the papers as well about who could be next. Where's your head?
You know what? I've had the mistake of not overlooking, but sort of looking through someone. And this guy in front of me, I'm not doing that. It's a different mentality this time. It's looking at him rather than straight through him. And I know what he possesses. I remember seeing him in Minnesota. We fought on the same card. I remember at the time he was young, sharp, on a tear, and in my head I wasn't thinking that we would ever sort of be in the same position where we're going to be fighting each other. But here we are now.
You remember that as well. You did think, though, that this was a future opponent when you were both on that card.
Well, I saw it as, like you said, I was young at that time. Tim was a little bit further on in his career, fighting Terrell Grusha. And I saw myself getting to the point where I was going to end up fighting the best guys in the division. So I felt like he was on that track. I saw the fight and knew that he was going to be, up there at the top, if not the champ. So, of course, I saw myself fighting those guys down the line. So, as far as how we ended up coming together, I guess I wouldn't have necessarily been able to write that out, but here we are, all the same. I felt like we would probably meet at some point.
You mentioned that he was around the top guys in the division then. Do you still see Tim Tszyu as being in that position after his last couple of fights?
Yeah, of course. Yep, I do. At the end of the day, Tim's fought world-class opposition in the last 2 fights, not being any different. So, when you do that, there's always an opportunity to come up short. But I think, Tim's proven that he's definitely got world-class talent, and he's been in there with some of the best. So he's had some good wins.
Why this guy, Tim? There's so many other fighters you could have chosen to springboard you to where you want to be again, but why Joey Spencer?
Yeah, I remember when I got the list of options, the most ideal and exciting was this guy. And I'd seen him before, and my sparring partner actually fought him last fight, so I was able to watch that, and I got a good little look into him. So as soon as the name Joey Spencer popped up, it was a tick of approval for me.
But clearly you're looking at that list, and when you see his name, you go, "Oh, that's a good fight," but I beat him. Clearly, you're confident in
everything I do it with full passion, and it's either sink or swim in everything I do, So when I say this guy, he brings out the biggest challenge, the biggest fight in me in Australia right now. So this is it. This is why we got him.
Is that weird to you, knowing that he went through a list and picked you out?
It wasn't that big of a list. It was a couple.
No, I understand it. I knew that I fought his teammate in the last fight. So when I heard, I had a few options too. So I had a few options as far as who to fight as well. I had some former opponents of his on my list, and I chose to say yes to this opportunity over here in Australia. So it's not like I just had one, option and take it or leave it either. So I'm chosen to be here. This is an opportunity that I'm excited for and I'm ready for. But it makes sense what he's saying, that I fought his teammate. It's good timing. It's good timing, and I get it. It's I feel like I'm the perfect step for him to take to get back to where he wants to go if he's able to do it. He keeps saying that he came out fighting more conservatively, right? Or he wants to fight more conservatively.
Well, he's not saying that anymore.
No, I understand, but he has been saying that. He came out in the Bachram fight letting his hands go. But at the end of the day, Bachram brought that out of you. That's what I feel like. He hit you with clean shots. He came out, you felt that energy. At the end of the day, you weren't fighting somebody who was coming out picking and poking and trying to dance around you and get away from you. You fought somebody who came out and hit you right in the chin the first round. That's why you had to fight back. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? you're going to sit there and not throw your punches, right? No, you came out and you fought fire with fire because you had somebody out there who was willing to come out and swing with you, right?
I could have fought a much different fight. I don't believe I'm a one-dimensional type guy. I believe I can bring a lot of different things out, and that fight was I brought something that I shouldn't have done. But that's my intensity. I bring that type of intensity at all times.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to feel it as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel, though, that you can manipulate Tim in the ring? You can make him do what you want to do in the early stages of this fight? Because he's just said he's going to come out aggressively, but do you think you can have it on your terms?
I think I'm going to hit him. So I think that, I'm not going to come out and jab him for 3-4 rounds and let him chill out and then, come out later. I'm going to hit him. I'm going to come out there. I'm going to land my shots too. So, yeah, it's probably going to bring the intensity out of him. I'm going to come in very intense as well.
So it sounds like there's agreement, whereas we thought before this was going to be a feeling out sort of first round or two. That's gone?
We'll see. We'll see.
I'll meet in the centre.
Yeah, we'll see.
The ring, eh?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Do you think he's feeling the pressure of it all? Because after a couple of losses, bringing in someone like you, fighting at home again, there's a lot on his shoulders, isn't there?
Yeah, there's pressure. There's pressure for sure. But it's about what he does with it. You know what I mean? And like he said, he's good. That's what he said. So.
And you believe him? He's good?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if
what?
That you're not impacted by the pressure
right.
of this occasion after what happened in your last couple of fights.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference to me. It doesn't make any difference.
Do you feel that pressure, Tim?
No.
You don't feel the pressure of a third loss could be catastrophic?
Look, that's part of the sport. This is what we're doing. Sorry for the one word.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's in his head. It's not, it's not mine to deal with. It's his. So, yeah, we'll see.
Tim, have you visualised what happens in Newcastle in this fight? Do you know how it all ends for you? Do you feel confident you can stop someone like Joey Spencer?
Yeah, I definitely do. I've got this good feeling for this one. I think he's a great opponent, no disrespect. But there's a little bit of little differences that I can exploit.
You picked him for a reason, is that what you're saying?
To a certain extent.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that he has that confidence?
I've got that confidence too. He had that confidence when he fought Bakram. I had that confidence when I fought Ramos. Right? At the end of the day, we're going to find out when we get in the ring on Saturday night. We get one night. So
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Doesn't make any difference if he's confident or I'm confident. When we get in there, we got to squabble, and when we do, we'll see who comes out on top. That's it.
Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has confirmed Bukayo Saka will return against Fulham tomorrow morning. Saka has sat out the last 3 months after detaching his hamstring from the bone against Crystal Palace in a match played back in December. The Gunners attacker had surgery to repair the injury and has returned to full training.
Well, all the careful thing is already done. So now it's about putting him in the grass in the right moments, but he's pushing because he really wants it. We have respected the time frame, we have done everything, and we had to hold him back even. So he's ready to go. We know the impact that he's had in the team and how important his role and his contribution is to our success. So great to have him back, obviously.
The Gunners currently sit second in the Premier League, but some 12 points behind the runaway leaders, Liverpool. And in the NBA, Kevin Durant limped to the Suns' locker room after a gruesome-looking ankle injury suffered in their loss to Houston. Durant received plenty of close attention from Dylan Brooks. Just prior to the incident, the Rockets guard tangled with two-time finals MVP before his ejection for taking on the referees due to the foul call. Phoenix trailed Houston by 35 points when their night only got worse.
Durant gets to the left hand.
Turned his ankle.
And you see him grabbing that left ankle right now.
He got out of it, though. That was a good thing. As soon as it was halfway turned, he kind of jumped out of it, but it doesn't look good.
He's trying to walk it off.